What if the hero of Konoha became its greatest enemy? What if the boy who carried the village on his shoulder was betrayed by the very people he trusted the most? Naruto Uzumaki fought harder than anyone to bring his best friend against impossible odds, against Orochimaru, against fate itself. Naruto managed to bring Sasuke Uchiha back to Konoha. But instead of gratitude, he was met with suspicion. Whispers separate through the village. The elders began plotting, and even the people Naruto once called friend started to doubt him, blame for things he never did, judge for the demon he carried inside. Naruto finally realized something terrifying. Konoha never truly saw him as their hero, only as a weapon, only as a monster. But this time Naruto did not smile and endure the pain. This time something inside him broke. Standing at the gates of the village he once called home, Naruto looked back one last time and with eye burning with rage, he made a vow that would save the entire shinobi world. One day I will return, and when I do, Konoha will fail. This is the story of betrayal, revenge, and the rise of the most dangerous shinobi in the history. This is what if Naruto wanted to destroy Konoha Tsunade Beijing. If you want early access to part 2 and exclusive 18 plus Naruto Lemon story, make sure to join our Patreon, link given in the description. So let's start the story.
Two boys, both 13, were soaked by heavy rain. They were lying on the ground, struggling to breathe and feeling very tired and hurt. One boy had very shiny blonde hair that was wet and sticky. His old orange jumpsuit was red with blood that came out of a cut in his chest that Sasuke Uchiha had made when he stabbed Chidori. His name is Naruto Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki that held the Kyuubi no Yoko, nine-tailed demon fox. The other black-haired boy, Sasuke Uchiha, is lying on his back trying to fight unconsciousness. Naruto threw a powerful bomb at Sasuke's chest and it almost killed him. Sasuke knew he had lost the fight. The curse mark had receded and his body had gone numb. Is this the end? Is this all the strength I have? Sasuke thought. Naruto thought about what Sasuke had said before the fight. Naruto said he would never let Sasuke join Orochimaru. Sasuke looked over and saw Naruto struggling to his feet, pain clearly written across his face. Why me, Naruto? What makes you care about me so much? Sasuke wondered. Naruto thought about his voice again. He wondered if he felt like he had a brother when he was with you. For me, it's one of the first bonds I've ever had. Do you feel that our connection gives you a lot of power? Sasuke thought as he watched Naruto slowly walk forward and pull him up. Naruto smiled as he helped Sasuke stand up. He said, "Let's go home, Sasuke." Naruto, Sasuke said weakly. Yes, Naruto asked. Thank you for stopping me. I wanted to break our friendship and work with Orochimaru to fight my older brother Itachi. But I was wrong. I see now that it is having these bonds that strengthen us. Sasuke said softly. Naruto smiled sadly and said, You don't have to say thank you, Sasuke. We're friends, right? Sasuke apologized for being a bad friend and said he would change if they survived. He also said he would support his friends in trouble. Thanks, Sasuke, but you talk like we're on death's door, Naruto said, trying his best to lighten the mood. Sasuke glanced at Naruto's wounded chest and saw a stream of blood steadily making its way down his body. Naruto, I'm sorry, Sasuke said as tears fell from his eyes. What you mean, my chest? Naruto told Sasuke not to be afraid. He was fast at healing and he knew that Sakura could heal both of their injuries, so they should go back home. Sasuke joked that he wanted to fight again after leaving the hospital, but he also showed that he was sad and emotional. Naruto said with a smirk, You have nothing to fear. I will fight you again if you ask me to. You wish, the boy with black hair said with a grin. You want. Naruto and Sasuke managed to make it out of the Valley of the End when Kakashi Hatake, Pakken, and 5 members of Konoha's Ninja Medical Corps appeared. Sasuke, Naruto, are you? Kakashi stopped in mid-sentence, his eyes widening in fear when he saw the still bleeding hole in Naruto's chest. Naruto is badly hurt and you should think he is gone. Are you still alive because of the Kyuubi's power? Kakashi thought. Naruto collapsed on the floor, feeling very sick and tired. Kakashi saw that the blondes had very light skin and blood on the ground when he and Sasuke left the Valley of the End. The doctor quickly moved forward. Naruto's wounds were healed by 3 people who had a special power. The other 2 people checked Sasuke. Kakashi, one of the medical ninja, called. Yes, Kakashi said, concerned. Sasuke Uchiha is able to travel but needs serious medical attention. Take him back to Konoha's hospital. Once Naruto is able to travel, we'll bring him back. The medical ninja said. How bad is Naruto? Kakashi asked, worried. Honestly, I don't even know what's keeping him alive. Based on what I saw, his heart was badly hurt and he lost a lot of blood. We can seal the wound here, but the Godame will need to look at his heart to see what kind of damage it suffered. The medical ninja said gravely. I see. Kakashi said with sadness and regret clearly audible in his voice. I should have gotten here sooner. Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi felt sorry for something they did. Kakashi carried Sasuke on his back and walked with him to Konoha. Sasuke began to grow dizzy and darkness started to cloud his vision. Naruto was unconscious when he saw blood coming out of the medical ninja's healing jutsu. The medical ninja was healing Naruto's wounds. Naruto, what have I done to you? Sasuke was unaware of his surroundings as he fell asleep. For days after Naruto was in the dark, he felt heat come to him and go inside him. He laid there with his eyes closed and said, So I guess this is what death feels like. Naruto woke up and saw something cut his cheek and heard someone say, You idiot. Naruto woke up and saw a sharp knife next to his head. It had blood on it and on the bed. He saw a fist coming at him and it hit his face. What the hell? Naruto was confused and did not understand what was happening. He saw Anko Mitarashi, who was very angry, looking at him. Naruto asked Anko why she was there with a blank expression on her face. Look around, moron. I'm not going to let you get away with this. Naruto looked around and saw that he was in the hospital. He recalled his fight with Sasuke and them going back to Konoha when he had passed out. What happened to Sasuke? Naruto asked, panicking. Him. He's here in the hospital recovering. Anko stated. That's good. Naruto said, relieved. You're not invincible. Anko, speaking gently and worriedly, told Naruto. You have to watch out. You can't do everything by yourself. You might have died if it weren't for Godame. I was very concerned. Naruto apologized to Anko, saying that he had no other option. She said, I know, just try to be careful. With a sigh. A moment later, the door to Naruto's room opened and Tsunade and Kakashi walked in. Tsunade told Anko that this is a hospital, so they should not make too much noise. I'm sorry, Hokage-sama. I was trying to help Naruto wake up, Anko said. Kakashi asked Anko if he knew Naruto. He seemed curious about why Anko came to visit Naruto. Yeah, Anko was a friend of my mother's before she died. Actually, Anko's helped me out a lot over the years. Naruto said, smiling. Oh, Kakashi said, a little surprised. Naruto, how are you feeling? Tsunade asked, smiling down at the blonde. I'm not feeling too good. Naruto groaned and sat up in bed. He looked hurt and said, I don't feel well. That's not surprising considering the fight you and Sasuke had. Luckily, I managed to heal your heart and chest. You will get better soon. Tsunade said. That's good. Hey, what room is Sasuke in? Naruto said he wanted to see him. Tsunade's smile vanished right away and she spoke in a stern tone. Naruto, please keep your distance from him. Why? Naruto asked. Why? Tsunade shouted angrily. You almost died because of that Uchiha. I just don't think he's capable of it. I understand that Sasuke is my friend, but he hurt me and I don't trust him. We had a talk and he said he won't do it again. I don't think he can do it. Naruto felt sad and lonely because he thought no one cared about him. He remembered how he felt when he was by himself and no one noticed him. He said that Sasuke needed someone to tell him that he is not alone and that people love him. Naruto, Tsunade said as she gazed lovingly at the blonde. Naruto is her little brother and she always thought he was silly. She was sad to see him protect someone who she thought was not good enough to fight with him. Please, Bie-chan, just give him another chance. Naruto said gently. You'll be glad you did. Tsunade felt bad and thought she would be sorry later. Sasuke, you better be grateful to Naruto for this. Alright Naruto, I promise that I'll give Sasuke one more chance. Konoha's Shinobi Council had already decided to welcome him back, claiming it was the curse mark and Orochimaru's interference that caused Sasuke to betray the Konoha in the first place. Tsunade said clearly not thrilled with the council's decision. Thanks, Bie-chan. Naruto said relieved. Tsunade told Naruto in a serious voice, if Sasuke ever hurts you or another ninja from Konoha again, I will take care of him by myself. Naruto said he was sure that Sasuke would not betray Konoha again. He smiled happily. I hope you're right, Naruto. Tsunade, the blonde, smirked at Naruto. She said, I hope you're right, Naruto. You got to love how confident he is. I'm excited to see how he will change as a person. Tsunade's actions amazed her. Naruto heard a loud noise and his face changed color. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. The blonde apologized and said he was hungry. He scratched his head and said he was sorry. He said he was hungry. I'll say and write after sounding so cool. Enko said laughing. I'll be back in a jiffy. Tsunade laughed and asked a nurse to bring some food. She said she would come back soon. I'm going to get you, Sasuke. Naruto told Sasuke that he was going to catch him. Anko, Kakashi, please meet me in my office in 10 minutes. Tsunade said, turning to the two jonin. They agreed and then said farewell to Naruto. They then departed. Tsunade sat down next to Naruto's bed and touched his cheek with her hand. Where is the food you promised me? Naruto wondered. Tsunade asked Naruto how long he could use the Kyuubi's chakra. She did not care about his answer. Naruto paused and replied, I think that's when Ero-Sennin came. That person is not involved in this. Jiraiya and I should talk a bit. Tsunade felt sorry for Naruto and showed it by smiling at him. She had a fist in her hand that was white and hard, but she did not want him to see it. Well, Naruto, from now on please don't use the Kyuubi's power. It's very dangerous. Okay. Tsunade said tenderly. Okay, I guess. Naruto said, not really sure what she was getting at. The demon has a lot of power that can harm people, but I don't understand why people are so worried. I've used it many times and it's never permanently harmed me. Naruto thought unbelievingly.
Tsunade smiled and touched the blonde, said, a nurse will bring you some food and then you can sleep. I thought you said you would be back to take me to Sasuke. Naruto winked. I will be back soon. Tsunade said she was leaving for a while and asked you to rest. She would come back later. She smiled and then thought, I'm happy you are home and okay, Naruto. Anko and Kakashi were in the Hokage office, where they were supposed to meet the Godam. Kakashi felt nervous and could not stay quiet any longer. He wanted to know something from Anko. Anko! Yeah, Kakashi. Anko said, looking the mask joining. Is it true what Naruto said? Did you know his mom? Did you like her? Did you hang out with her? Yeah, what of it? She said, not sure where is this is going. How much about his parents did you tell Naruto? Kakashi asked in a serious voice. He was afraid of what he would if he found out. Anko said, I didn't know how he would react if he knew his father, the Yondaime, was the one who put the cube inside me. He was scared of what he would do if he learned the truth. Why? I just did not want to Naruto to resent his family because the Kyuubi was sealed inside of him. Naruto was disliked and avoided by most of Konoha since he was a kid. Because of something that happened to him, Kakashi felt sorry for him. Enku said sadly, I know, and added, I have tried hard to keep him from feeling lonely, but Kakashi smiled and said, I understand what are you saying, but I believe his parents would be happy with him and how he has become an adult. Anko grinned and said, yeah, but his mother Kusina would kill me. If she knew I'll let him make the silly ninja confronted jutsu, Saxi jutsu, caught being again. Jirya, Kakashi and Enko look at each other and breathed out at the same time.
Tsunade stopped holding Jiraiya and closed her door. She then sat at her desk. Jiraiya stood up and touched his head, feeling the pain, and said, "You know that really hurt, Sunda. Jiraiya, I have something important to ask you, and you better give me an honest answer." Tsunade said in a dangerously low voice as she glared at the man. Okay, Tsunade," Jiraiya said, rubbing the back of his neck nervously. "How did you teach Naruto to use the chakra that makes his eyes glow?" She whispered in the same quiet voice. "Yeah," Jiraiya answered. "I see," Tsunade said, closing her eyes. "Phew, I got away from another danger." Tsunade was surprised to see Jiraiya awake and angry. She threw him away from her desk. "Just what the hell were you thinking?" Tsunade shouted. "What will happen if you teach him something that you don't think of?" "Damn, she's scary," Enko thought, grinning, clearly impressed. Jiraiya got up off the floor sighing and walked back up to Tsunade. Jiraiya said calmly that he expected Tsunade to like the boy since he started to like him. But Tsunade's father wanted that. "And how do you figure that?" Tsunade asked incredulously. Jiraiya reached inside his robes and pulled out a small scroll with red flames on either end of it. Handing it to Tsunade, Jiraiya said, "Before Minato died, he sent me this scroll. The sentence tells you how to let Naruto use the Kyuubi's power without breaking the magic that keeps him inside Naruto." Tsunade looked at the scroll and saw that it was written by Minato Namikaze, who was the same person as Jiraiya. She was surprised and happy. The Kyuubi gave clear directions on how to use its chakra and how to stop using it. "This is quite impressive," Tsunade said in awe. "It's not like he's going to use it for anything good." Shizen looked at the yondaime with a serious expression and asked, "What's the point of teaching your son how to use a demon's power? He won't do anything good with it. It sounds dangerous to me." "Well, Jiraiya," Tsunade asked, setting the scroll down on her desk. Sighing, Jiraiya said, "Because the seal that holds the Kyuubi inside Naruto will become weakened the longer the Kyuubi remains within him. The demon inside Naruto will be free in the future." "What?" Kakashi, Anko, and Shizen yelled simultaneously, concern clearly written on their faces. "That explains it then," Tsunade said calmly. "Explains what?" Anko asked, concerned for Naruto. "Yeah, I don't understand," Shizen said. "When I was healing Naruto, I noticed that the seal was starting to weaken. I was very angry with Jiraiya because he taught Naruto how to use the Kyuubi's chakra. Every time Naruto uses the demon's chakra, the seal that holds him prisoner becomes weaker and weaker," Tsunade said. Anko was scared. She said, "If the seal breaks, Naruto will die." Kakashi asked Naruto why he was teaching Naruto how to use the Kyuubi's chakra. Jiraiya: "Yes, that's exactly why I'm teaching him to control the Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto can make the Kyuubi stronger by using some of its power. He can do this by controlling a small part of it. This will help him break the seal that keeps the Kyuubi trapped. If that happens, then it is very likely that Naruto can use the demon's own chakra to re-strengthen the seal." Jiraiya said, "That sounds very dangerous," Kakashi said, worried. Jiraiya said that the boy had a good opportunity to have a normal life, but he had to accept it. "Well, that solves one problem," Tsunade said gravely. "What's the other problem?" Jiraiya asked, concerned. "I'm afraid I have no choice but to obey." Tsunade felt sad and spoke softly. "The group of shinobi who protect Konoha have made a bad choice about Naruto. I have to do what they say." "Chew," Naruto sneezed. "Sakura-chan might be thinking about me." Naruto smiled. It had been 2 hours since Tsunade had left Naruto alone. He ate his food quickly and messily, and the nurse had already arrived. Naruto thought Tsunade would come back soon, but he waited for a very long time. Naruto asked when his friend, Bachan, would come to help him. He was getting angry. Naruto was tired of being fed up and bored, and he got out of bed even though he had pain in his chest and body. "I'll just go look for Sasuke myself," Naruto said. Naruto felt happy that he brought Sasuke back and thought that Sakura-chan, who was in Sasuke's room, would be happy too. He wondered if she would like to go out with him. Or maybe she might give me a hug. Naruto imagined himself being squeezed by Sakura's gentle and cozy body, and he felt his cheeks turn red. Naruto remembered the picture he saw and decided to find Sasuke's room. He saw a nurse walking in the hospital and asked her where Sasuke's room was. She said it was room 312. About 15 minutes later, Naruto arrived outside Sasuke's room and saw Sakura walking towards him. "How are you?" Naruto smiled and greeted Sakura-chan, who he had not seen for a long time. He asked her how she was doing. "I was wondering, since I kept my promise about bringing Sasuke back, if you and me could dash." Naruto was interrupted as he felt pain on the right side of his face. He didn't know what had gone wrong until he saw Sakura raise her hand again and hit him on the face. "Sakura, why are you?" Naruto thought before. Smack. Sakura was very mad and shouted, "You can't smile at me and pretend nothing bad happened." She said, "Sasuke might have died because of what you did to him." "But Sakura-chan," Naruto said, trying to explain himself. "Shut up, Naruto. You always mess things up, and this time, when I really needed your help, you messed up again. You are very stupid and the worst player on our team. Do you even know how many wounds you gave him?" Sakura was angry and shouted, "You said you would bring Sasuke back to me, but you did it in a bad way." Naruto was crying because Sakura-chan slapped him again and made him cry. Sakura was not someone he thought would betray him. Sakura said she hated Naruto and wanted to kick him out of her house and never talk to him or Sasuke again. She went into Sasuke's room and left Naruto alone in the hallway, crying a lot. "I'm sorry, Sakura-chan. I failed you." Naruto felt sad and walked slowly to his room, crying and making the floor wet with his tears. Getting back to his room, Naruto tried to calm himself down. "Calm down, Naruto. Sakura is probably just stressed about something. Wait for a few days and things will get better." Naruto wiped his tears on his sleeve and tried to feel better. He felt hurt by what she said, and it reminded him of something that happened to him before. He had been teased and bullied since he was young, and he felt like he was not good at anything. He tried to act like he was fine, but he was really hurt by those words. He felt a lot of pain from what Sakura had said to him. He could not stop crying because it was so hard. Then the door opened and Tsunade walked in and saw Naruto sitting on the bed with his back to her. Tsunade checked on him and asked if he was all right. She closed the door and sat on the bed next to him. "Ha!" Naruto said he was not lying. "I was just thinking." With a fake smile, Tsunade looked sad and touched Naruto's shoulder, then said, "I have something hard to say to you." "What is it?" Naruto asked. "Konoha's Shinobi Council has decided that you should be removed from the ninja ranks in our village. They think you are weak because of the Kyuubi. That is why you came back from the Valley of the End with Sasuke badly hurt." Tsunade felt guilty and scared. He did not want to fight against his own family. He said sorry and looked away from him. Naruto was surprised and scared. He wanted to be the leader of his village, but he had a problem. "I'm so sorry, Naruto. I did everything I could, but they did not care about what I said. I'm afraid your days as a ninja are over." Tsunade said, choking back her tears. It can't be," Naruto said as his face fell and tears poured from his eyes. Tsunade felt sorry for Naruto and cried. She left him by himself to deal with his sadness. Naruto was like a family member to her. Naruto lay on his bed and held his knees to his chest, not noticing how much his body hurt. He cried because of the pain that made his pillow wet. He felt hopeless after hearing Sakura's words. She said he was a fool and the weakest one on the team. "You're a loser, Naruto, and I don't want to be around you or Sasuke ever." Naruto was very sad because he lost his goal of becoming Hokage, which was his dream and what he had always wanted. He cried a lot and fell asleep. Sasuke sat in his bed looking out the window. Naruto had been hurt a lot by his enemies, but he was not dead. His body was still hurting because Naruto hit him hard in a place where the end of the world is. He had been in Konoha's hospital for a day after he was brought there, and he had learned that the Shinobi Council had forgiven him for his mistake. But he also knew that it would take a long time for the villagers to trust him again. Naruto's trust is also important. A bad person who wants to hurt his closest friend. Sasuke felt sad and wondered if Naruto was still angry with him, even though Naruto had said he forgave him. He heard Sakura and Naruto's voices outside his room. Sasuke heard nothing, but he saw Naruto's energy leave his room when Sakura entered. "Hi Sasuke. What's up with you today?" she inquired cheerfully. Sasuke said, "That's okay," and then asked, "Did you see Naruto in the hallway?" "Yeah, that was him," Sakura said, disgusted. "How come he didn't come in?" Sasuke asked, concerned. "I simply told him that he needs to give you some space so you can recover from the injuries he gave you." She half-lied, still disgusted with the blonde. She had said something like Naruto. Kind of. Sasuke felt sorry and said, "I wish you had let him in. I wanted to apologize to him again, but I guess I could go see him tomorrow." Sakura thinks Sasuke-kun should say sorry to him. She says it quietly in her mind and then talks about something else. A masked Jonin came to them after they talked for about 30 minutes. "Hi guys," Kakashi said lazily as he entered the room. "What are you doing here, sensei?" Sakura asked.
Oh, I time on my hand, so I decided to see how Sasuke is doing. Kakashi told the pink-haired girl. Kakashi! Who's black hair? Asked Sasuke, who also has a black hair. How he was doing? Fine, Sasuke worried about Naruto. His blonde friend, he asked him how he was doing. Oh, I'm sure he's doing fine. I don't think so. Kakashi said that he did not believe Godam would recover soon. Godam said that he was confident he would be okay in a few days. Sasuke said, I feel bad for what I did to him. He hoped so. Sasuke Kakashi said it was okay and told Sasuke sleep well. Kakashi left the room after saying his goodbye. A small knife flew past his head and hit the wall in front of him. He was about the 9 feet away from Sasuke's room when it happened. Oh, Helenko! Kakashi said, turning around and smiling at the energy Kunaichi standing behind him. So, that is her. Are not you even concerned about Naruto? She asked angrily. Kakashi felt sad when he thought about what the Godam had said to them in her office. Flashback. What do you mean? The Shinobi Council has made a terrible decision? Kakashi asked Tsunade. Tsunade's eyes were wet and her face showed pain as she said, the council has decided to end Naruto ninja career in Konoha. Jiraiya, Kakashi, Enko and Shijon were shocked when they learned the news about their blonde friend. Naruto always wanted to be the leader of his village, but he knew he could never achieve that goal.
Anko was very mad and punched the wall. She shouted, "What is the matter with them?" She was angry because they did not realize that Naruto was the one who helped Konoha when Gaara was out of control of the Ichibi no Shikaka demon. Anko's right. After everything he's done, Naruto really doesn't deserve this. Shizune said sadly. Kakashi wondered if there was any way to change the council's choice. He wanted to save his students' hopes and plans. "I'm sorry, Tsunade. I wish I could help you." Tsunade felt sad and hopeless. She had tried everything to convince the council, but they refused to listen. She cried and apologized to her friend. End flashback. Kakashi turned to Anko and said, "I think it's best to leave Naruto alone for now." But Anko said before Kakashi cut her off. He is not ready to face the consequences of his actions yet. Naruto has to be quiet and think about what Tsunade said and what he wants to do now. He is not ready to deal with the results of his choices yet. Kakashi said that telling him that everything will be fine will only make him think that it is true, which is very mean. This isn't fair," Anko said with her fists balled at her side and tears dripping from her eyes. Yeah, you're right, but there's nothing we can do about it. It may sound cruel, but Naruto has to understand that, Kakashi said sadly, putting a reassuring hand on Anko's shoulder. Naruto was huddled in a dark corner of an underground tunnel. He felt a sharp pain in his legs as the cold water seeped into his pants. He cried out in agony. Naruto was very sad and angry. He had worked very hard to get what he wanted and to keep it safe. But someone took it away from him, and now he was broken and ruined. Why? Naruto was very sad and cried a lot because things did not go the way he wanted. You're not even a ninja. Naruto felt Naruto's voice in his head, telling him to be quiet. Naruto remembered Sakura's angry words. You're not a ninja. You always mess things up, and this time when I really needed your help, you messed up again. You are very stupid and the worst player on our team. I'm sorry for everything. Tsunade looked sad and said, I'm sorry, Naruto. I'm sorry for everything. I did everything I could, but they did not care about what I said. You can't be a ninja anymore. Why did Sakura and Konoha do this to me? I've put everything I have into them. Naruto was hurt and angry because his friends had left him. He had done many hard things for them and they had not appreciated him. Naruto thought of how he had saved Sakura from dying when Gaara was crushing her with sand when Konoha and Otogekure attacked. He loved her and was her friend, and that helped him keep her safe. Naruto thought about how he almost lost his life when he saved Tsunade from Kabuto's attack so she could become the Godame. He wanted to help Konoha, Sasuke, and Kakashi, who were sick in the hospital, so he learned how to use the Rasengan and beat Kabuto. Konoha and Sakura had killed their Godame, who had helped many people with her healing skills. They had done this after Konoha had been hurt by him. Why? Naruto sobbed. A loud noise came from the tunnel and a claw with red color grabbed him. Naruto felt a lot of pain in his body as he was being hit by drugs and water that were very cold. But the pain in his heart was much worse than the pain in his body. He felt no pain worse than the crushing of his dreams. Naruto saw a huge cage with red eyes that looked scary in the dark. The eyes were behind the cage and they came out when the chakra claw broke off from him. Where am I? Naruto asked, disoriented. With me, kid. You're not going anywhere until you tell me what you know about the missing money. Go away. I don't feel like dealing with you, Kyuubi. Naruto said, tears beginning to well up in his eyes again. One of the Kyuubi's claws, which had very sharp nails, broke free from the bars of his prison and almost reached Naruto. Naruto heard a loud and angry noise coming from his mouth. He quickly put his hands over his ears to block it. The boy was scared when he heard a loud noise. He looked up and saw a big dog with a sad face. The Kyuubi was very mad and said, You're so weak it's disgusting. Shut up. Naruto cried, hot new tears falling from his eyes. If it wasn't for me, you would have died long ago. Face it, you're nothing without me. The Kyuubi spat. He was so angry that he couldn't control his emotions. You are too weak to be Hokage, and I hate you for it. The demon said. Shut up. Naruto screamed as a scorching rage burned away the sorrow and pain he felt. Naruto jumped on the bars of the Kyuubi's cage and shouted very loudly, If it wouldn't have been for you, if you had never hit Konoha, none of this would have happened to me. But it did happen, so now what are you going to do? The Kyuubi asked calmly. Naruto balled up a fist and said through clenched teeth, I want revenge. Naruto looked at the dark figure with a smile that seemed evil. The figure laughed and seemed happy. Who exactly do you want to take revenge on? Is it the council that crushed your dream of being Hokage or that pink-haired bitch that ripped your heart out? The Kyuubi asked, chuckling. Naruto saw the Kyuubi's red eyes shining, and the Kyuubi was shocked to see a dark anger in the blonde that was like his own. I'm going to leave and find my own path. Naruto Uzumaki spoke in a quiet voice, but with a lot of anger. He said, I'm tired of this village. They always hurt me and use me. I'm going to leave and do my own thing. I'm going away from Konoha and I need you to teach me everything you know so that when I come back, I can destroy it and all the people who hurt me. The Kyuubi chuckled darkly again and smiling even wider he said, All right, brat, I'll teach you what I know and make you into the strongest ninja that's ever lived. I hate this village that trapped me in a small and ugly person like you. Naruto felt a burning sensation on his body as the red chakra, a powerful energy, touched him. Naruto kept going, using his hurt as a reason to be angry and hate Konoha and everyone who had lied to him. The Kyuubi's voice was very dark and loud as it filled his ears. The red chakra, which is a powerful energy, covered him completely and burned his body and soul with its force. When you wake up, kid, you'll find all your wounds healed. It's better to go back to the village after dark, and when you're ready, I'll give you something I've been working on for you. Then Naruto woke up and sat up in bed. Naruto felt no pain in his body anymore, just like the Kyuubi had said. He put on his clothes and glanced at a clock that was on a small table near his bed in the hospital. The clock showed 12 o'clock at midnight. Naruto didn't care and ran out the window, heading fast to his home and grabbing his important stuff. He packed his clothes, scrolls, and weapons and got ready to go. Naruto looked at a picture of his friends and Team 1 last time before he left his home. Normally he would have smiled as he looked at the faces of Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura, but instead Naruto turned his back on the photo and left it and the things from his old life behind. Naruto was going to Konoha's main gate. He was thinking bad thoughts. He wanted Konoha to be quiet and calm. But he was angry and he wanted to hurt them. Naruto was very angry and mean. He wanted to hurt everyone in Konoha. He ran away from there. Tsunade walked down Konoha's hospital's hallways as she headed towards Naruto's room. Tsunade felt sorry for the blonde man who looked sad and had tears in his eyes. She remembered how he looked when he broke something. That damn shinobi council. How could they hurt him like that? Tsunade thought, anger and pain rising in her as she continued her way to Naruto's room. She decided to let Naruto be alone and sad because he had lost his goal and was hurt. She told herself that was the right thing to do. Tsunade would have to admit that she left Naruto's hospital room because she felt sorry for him and couldn't watch him cry so much. She loved him and she felt sorry for him. She wished he could be happy and healthy. Pain Konoha's group of shinobi made a bad choice that upset everyone. She left the room with some tears, but she didn't cry much until she was alone in her office and the door was closed. Then she cried a lot because she was very sad. Naruto wanted to be a ninja, but he died. Tsunade was very sad and cried for a long time. She was happy to see Naruto in the hospital, even though she remembered the bad things that happened before. She pretended to be cheerful and smiled a lot. Naruto is going through a hard time, and she wanted to show him that she cares about him and that he is not alone. Naruto opened the door and said, "Yes, come in." Naruto opened the door and let in Tsunade. He said, "Yes, you can come in." There was no response. She knocked again and said even more gently, "Naruto." Again there was no response. Tsunade felt sad and opened the door slowly. She asked Naruto if he was okay. The room had no one in it, and she did not expect that. Tsunade, who was puzzled by Naruto's absence, approached one of the nurses who was on duty in the morning. "Excuse me, nurse, where is Naruto Uzumaki?" "He's not in his room." Tsunade asked. "He's not?" The nurse said, quite alarmed, and Tsunade started to get a sinking feeling in her gut. "Did you leave the hospital in such a bad shape?" Tsunade felt anxious and rushed to Shizun's office in the hospital. She should have arrived by now. I hope she knows where Naruto is. She hoped for the best, but her stomach felt sicker and sicker. Shizun was working on her medical records that she had left on her desk the day before when the Godame came into her office. The woman looked very worried on her face. "Is something wrong, Tsunade-sama?" The black-haired woman asked the blonde. "Naruto's not in his room. Where is he?" Tsunade asked, worried. Shizun was concerned and asked, "Shouldn't he be in his room? I don't think he left the hospital, do you?" "That's what it looks like," Tsunade said. Tsunade told Shizun to send 2 groups of Umbu fighters to look for Naruto in Konoha. "All right," Shizun said. Tsunade-sama is very concerned about Naruto's safety, so she has sent out Umbu members to find him. Shizun was worried. Tsunade said she was going to look for Naruto in his apartment. She hoped to find him there. She left the office quickly. Naruto's blonde friend came to his apartment very quickly. He opened the door with the handle that she threw it. Naruto was nowhere in sight. Naruto, are you here? Tsunade called out, shutting the front door behind her. No one answered. Tsunade looked around the apartment. It was a small and cheap place with only one bed, a half kitchen, and a half living room. Naruto's room looks messy and he hasn't cleaned it for a while. The kitchen was littered with dirty dishes. Dust covered the coffee tables in the living room, and the trash cans were overfilled with trash, but none of that mattered to Tsunade now. Naruto, are you here? Tsunade repeated. Again, no one answered. Damn it, what's going on? Tsunade thought, growing more worried by the second. Tsunade quickly began to search the apartment. She went to the room where she sleeps and turned the knob. There was no one there. Tsunade left the room and looked at the door. She was unsure for a second, but then she opened it and saw that it was still empty. He's not here. Shit, where are you, Naruto? She felt uneasy and wanted to go, but she couldn't shake off a bad feeling about the apartment. She couldn't tell what was wrong with it. Tsunade walked back into Naruto's bedroom and looked around it. There was nothing strange or unusual about the scene. It was just a lot of clothes on the floor. She walked up to Naruto's closet and opened the door. Tsunade saw the closet with nothing inside except for the hangers that used to hold Naruto's clothes. Tsunade felt very bad and went to Naruto's room. She opened the drawers quickly. There was nothing in any of the drawers. Damn it! Naruto, don't leave the village. Tsunade yelled and ran out of his apartment. She was going to Konoha's gate. She arrived at the place and noticed a leader of the Umbu group coming towards her. Status report, she said in a commanding voice. We have searched everywhere in Konoha, but we still can't find Naruto Uzumaki, he said. Damn it, Naruto. Tsunade thought for a while and breathed out slowly, trying to organize her ideas.
I need to talk to him about the situation. Go to my office now and ask Kakashi to come with you. We have to talk to him about what is happening. I'm going to go to the ANB headquarters and see what's going on. Naruto replied, I will go with you. Tsunade told Naruto to look for Naruto in a nearby area of Konoha. She said she would go to ANB headquarters to check what was happening there. Naruto agreed to go with her. Naruto, please be safe, Tsunade thought worried. In a forest several miles away from Konoha, Naruto slept under a tree. He had walked for a long time and had worked hard, using his energy to make himself go faster and see more places. Naruto had traveled a long way from Konoha, but he was very tired when the sun came up. He went near a tree and fell asleep right away. Now 5 or 6 hours later, Naruto slowly opened his eyes and yawned. Naruto felt sleepy and decided to leave. He walked slowly in the wood. Where are you going, kid? The Kyuubi asked, curious. Naruto said that he wanted to leave the land of fire quickly, so he decided to go to the nearest country. What country is that? The Kyuubi said. Right now, the land of river is closest. Why? Naruto asks. You are in big trouble because Konoha will find you soon and send its ninja to catch you.
Naruto stopped walking and thought about what the Kyuubi had said. He realized that the demon was right. The land of rivers was still 4 days away and he couldn't keep pushing his body like the night before. If Naruto did that and the tracker ninja found him, he would be too tired to fight and Naruto would come back to Konoha. He really did not want that to happen. So what do you suggest? Naruto asked Kami. You'll have to use the Demon's Gate Jutsu to escape. That's the only way. Demon's Gate Jutsu, what's that? Naruto asked. I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean by demonic chakra? The Kyuubi said. I don't get it. What is demonic chakra? I'll have to use your chakra. Naruto clarified. The Kyuubi said that yes, but my chakra is very powerful and can do more things than human chakra. Because of that, it is harder to control. But I've used your chakra before. Naruto said, confused. The Kyuubi said that you can't open Demon's Gate because you can't control it. You can't open Demon's Gate, the Kyuubi said, because you don't have control over it. The QB said that you need control over Demon's Gate to open it, but you can't do that. I see. Naruto asked Naruto if he remembered the gift he talked about before he left the hospital. Possibly, but I'll wait until you're in a more desperate situation before I give you that. You can't throw away the gift you get. It will become part of your body permanently. The QB replied, well, there's no sense in wasting time. As you said, Konoha will be sending Tracker Ninja after me and probably soon too. Naruto asked Naruto how to do Demon's Door. You will be able to see the energy field that surrounds you and the energy field that surrounds the object you are trying to move. Just put your chakra in one hand and touch the air with it. You will see the energy around you and the energy around the thing you want to move. You can call Demon's Gate right away. The QB said that I need to control my chakra for a long time to change the way time and space work. Naruto said, I see, well, I might as well start. He then used his hand to make the QB's energy flow to his right side. It felt like the fire was getting bigger and bigger, and it was turning red. Naruto felt a sharp pain in his hand when he saw a strange wave of air in front of him. He couldn't focus on what he was doing. He felt a lot of pain in his right hand and fell down. The air was normal again. See, the QB said mockingly. Why does it hurt so much? Naruto gasped in pain. You have to carefully and precisely regulate my chakra for the jutsu. If you don't, then my chakra will begin to overtake your body and you'll experience the pain again. The QB replied. Naruto said he would feel the pain again if he made any mistake in this technique. Yes, but be careful. If you use too much of your energy, you will feel more pain if you make a mistake. The QB warned. Naruto said he would try to remember the jutsu again. Wait, the QB said. Why? Naruto asked, confused. You can't do much with my energy right now, so to make it better, make more copies of me and teach them this skill too. Naruto asked why he should use Kagebunshin no Jutsu if he could control your chakra with one me, and he wanted to know how it would help him open Demon's Gate. So you never noticed it before then? The QB asked, amused. Just spit it out. Naruto said, getting angry. This is how you learn to be a QB. The QB breathed out and said, when your clones are either gone or gone away, you get their experience and memories. This is how you learn to be a QB. The Kagebunshin no Jutsu is a good way to train if you have a lot of energy. Naruto understood that by creating more copies of himself, he would learn faster how to use his special skills. Yes, but there's a drawback. The QB said that when you kill or get rid of your clones, you also get tired. Naruto said, all right, and then made 200 copies of himself. I have many copies of the same thing, so I should learn how to use it well soon. Naruto wanted to do the jutsu with the clones and himself. They all tried to do it. Sakura walked slowly to Konoha's hospital, feeling bad because she had said something mean to Naruto the day before. Sakura was very worried and angry when she saw Sasuke in the hospital. He was hurt and bleeding a lot. She thought Naruto had caused his injuries. She felt bad for blaming Naruto, but she did it anyway. It was worse when he came back even more hurt. She was not happy to see him when she met him again. How dare you smile at me and act like everything's all right? Sasuke could have died because of what you did to him. Sakura remembered herself saying angrily, I'm going to kill you. She feels bad about how she had hit Naruto in the face many times and had yelled at him. Quit talking to me, Naruto. I'm going to kill you. You always mess things up in this time. When I really needed your help, you messed up again. You are very stupid and the worst player on our team. Do you even know how many wounds you gave him? I asked you to bring Sasuke back to me, but I didn't mean he would be hurt and bloody. You're a failure, Naruto, and I don't ever want to see you near me or Sasuke again. The worst thing she remembered from that day was Naruto's expression when she spoke those awful words. It was the expression of having one's heart torn out and smashed without mercy. Sakura wanted to go to the hospital to say sorry to Naruto and try to fix their friendship. Sakura had to look around the hospital for a while before she found Naruto's room. Took her about 20 minutes. Sakura knocked on the door and said, Naruto, can I come in? She took a deep breath before doing so. Someone in the room came and took the door handle. Sakura said sorry to Naruto when Naruto opened the door and saw Sasaki was there. Sakura wondered why Sasuke-kun was in Naruto's room and where Naruto was. She saw that Naruto was not there. Sasuke said sorry for trying to kill him in the Valley of the End and for being a bad friend. He let her in before closing the door. Sakura, who was feeling sad, said, "Yeah, I came here for the same reason." "What do you mean? You never betrayed Naruto?" Sasuke said, confused. Sakura cried because she did something wrong to Naruto yesterday. Sasuke couldn't say anything after she was done. Sakura asked Sasuke why he did something bad. Sasuke could not answer right away. He said, Why did you do that, Sakura?" Sakura looked away ashamed and embarrassed as she timidly replied, "When Kakashi-sensei first brought you back, I was worried about you. I was angry at Naruto because his body was very damaged and I couldn't control my emotions." "I'm sorry, Sasuke. I didn't mean to." Sasuke and Sakura were talking, but Sakura was crying. Sasuke said he liked Sakura a lot and would do anything for her. Sakura apologized and said she didn't want to hurt Sasuke. "I know, and I'm so sorry. Naruto's my friend and comrade. Not to mention that he's protected me on several of our missions. I feel terrible about what I said to him and how I acted. I feel bad that Naruto might not want to see me anymore. I'm sorry for what I did. I hope Naruto can be kind to me. I'm sorry." Sasuke looked at Sakura for a second and said sadly, "I understand how you feel. I'm sorry for almost killing him. I can't stand to even look at myself in the mirror. I don't think I'm worthy of having a friend like Naruto." They both sat on the bed, feeling guilty about the bad things they did to their blonde friend that they didn't see the door open. Sasuke and Sakura were in Naruto's hospital room, feeling very sad. Enko Mitarashi came in and saw them. "What's wrong with you two and where's Naruto?" she asked. He and she both looked at her puzzled before Sasuke asked, "You're the second person who took the exam to become a ninja. Why are you here?" "I'm visiting Naruto," Enko stated. "You know Naruto?" Sakura asked, surprised. "Yeah, where is he?" Enko asked. "I don't know where he is. I was waiting here to apologize to him when he came back to his room, when Sakura showed up." Sasuke told the older woman. "I don't think so." Enko said coldly that the person who brought them back to Konoha deserved an apology. The person did not agree with Enko. Both the genin knew that Sasuke didn't like Enko. "Yeah, you're right," Sasuke said dejectedly. "So why are you here?" Enko asked Sakura curiously. Sakura felt bad for hurting Naruto and wanted to say sorry to him, but she did not want to talk to Enko. Enko was angry at her and looked at her with a hot glare. As Sakura finished explaining, Enko replied coldly, "And that's right, isn't it?" "Yeah," Sakura said sadly, and then suddenly, smack. Sakura turned around and fell backwards because Enko hit her hard with her hand. She looked back and saw Jonin's eyes pointing at her with a sharp weapon. Enko's hands were clenched into a tight fist. Enko shouted at you angrily, "You are a stupid and rude person. You hurt him and yesterday was a bad day for him." "I don't understand." Sakura was confused by what the Jonin had said. She knew he was angry with her and she could understand why. But he used a phrase that she did not know. He said, "Yesterday of all days." He was devastated and left Konoha to live in the mountains with his father. He has been living there ever since. Enko moved closer to the girl with pink hair and made her run away in fear. She whispered in a very quiet voice, "The day you hurt his heart with your mean words." Tsunade had to tell Naruto that the group of shinobi from Konoha has stopped his work as a ninja. He was very, "What?" Sakura and Sasuke said, shocked. "That's right, and because of the council's decision. Naruto can never fulfill his dream of becoming Hokage. You're a monster." Enko was very angry at Sakura. She said that she broke his heart and ruined his plans. She called her a monster. "It can't be. It just can't be," Sakura said, sobbing as she sat on the bed. "Why would the council make such a decision?" Sasuke asked, still shocked. Enko laughed sadly and hopelessly as she said, "Naruto had a dream because you came back badly hurt Sasuke Uchiha." "What?" Sasuke said, feeling his gut twist with guilt. "That's enough, Enko," Kakashi said as he entered the room. Anko glared at the masked ninja and snarled, "Why? I think he should tell him that he caused Naruto's dream to end." "I know you're mad, but Kakashi said, sympathetic to how Anko felt before she cut him off. "I'm not mad, I'm pissed," Anko roared. Anko Kakashi began before Sasuke cut him off. "I want to hear this, Kakashi." Sasuke wondered how he defeated Anko's dream. Anko smiled very angrily and bent down to look at him straight in the eyes. She said, "The people who watch Naruto's shinobi group saw how hurt and damaged you were when Kakashi took you to the hospital and thought that Naruto had lost his mind." Kakashi shouted, "You are breaking the rules." "What do you mean forbidden?" Sasuke asked. "Yeah, I don't understand either," Sakura said sorrowfully, drying the tears from her eyes. "It doesn't matter. Anyway, Hokage-sama is waiting for us," Kakashi said. "Sakura, are you asking me if I am Sasuke myself? And you, Kakashi?" Kakashi replied. "No, I mean you, Anko, and me," Kakashi replied to the girl. "What's going on, Kakashi?" Sasuke was puzzled by Hokage-sama's request. Kakashi felt sad and said, "I shouldn't have said anything, but now that Anko said it, I guess I have to tell you." "What's going on, Kakashi?" Anko asked, now starting to get concerned. "I don't know where he is." Kakashi felt sad and said, "Naruto is gone from Konoha. I don't know where he is. The Godame thinks that Konoha's leader might have left because of the choice the council made." "What? When were you going to tell me?" Anko snapped, grabbing a handful of Kakashi's vest angrily. "I'm sorry, Anko." Kakashi spoke softly and sadly to Anko. He looked at her with a sad expression. He said, "I'm sorry, Anko. Damn it, I've been acting foolish. I'm not the only one hurting here. Kakashi's probably been suffering just as much as I have." Anko thought sadly. "I am sorry, Kakashi-dish." Anko stammered, letting go of his vest before Kakashi held up a hand to stop her. "It's okay, Anko, it's my fault." Kakashi felt sorry for not talking to Naruto when he wanted to be alone. He thought that maybe Naruto would have been okay if he had listened to him. He said goodbye to Naruto and went to see the leader of the ninja village. Sasuke said he would join Naruto and ask him the truth about why the Shinobi Council in Konoha decided to do what they did. "Fine," was all his mentor said sadly. "I should have thought about how you felt more. Maybe if I had stayed with you instead of leaving you to cope with your sadness by yourself, then you wouldn't have gone away from Konoha. What kind of comrade am I? I always make my friends unhappy. I'm sorry, Minato-sensei. I failed both you and your son." Kakashi thought regretfully as he led the others to Tsunade. They got to the Hokage Tower in less than 5 minutes. Tsunade was in her office by the window watching the village. She held her pose for a moment and then looked at the group of Konoha ninjas in her office. Sasuke Tsunade's face changed to a frown when she looked at him. "What's Sasuke doing here?" Tsunade said disapprovingly. "Why did Naruto go away from Konoha?" he asked. "You're not even his brother." Tsunade glared at Kakashi and thought that the man had told Naruto-san about Naruto's death before she said to Sasuke, "That's none of your concern. You're not even his brother. Return to the hospital. I don't want to fight you again. I don't want to fight anyone. I just want to go back to the village." Sasuke said to Tsunade that he was sorry for making Naruto fight him and hurting him. He also said that the village's leaders were punishing Naruto for his injuries. But he still wanted to know why. He did not want to fight her or anyone else. He just wanted to go back to the village. "Again, that's none of your business," Tsunade said more forcefully. "I want to find Naruto and take him back home. Can you help me? Naruto is missing and I need to find him. Please let me. I need to bring Naruto home. Can you help me find him?" "Why should I listen to you? You caused our problem," the Hokage shouted.
I know, I want to help Naruto. Naruto helped me get out of mystery and gave me another opportunity. I have a big problem with him. He borrowed a lot of money from me and I can never give it back. He also asked me to his friend and him whenever he had trouble. I just want to help Naruto like he helped me. Sasuke replied sincerely. Tsunade looked at him for a while and thought hard about whether She should behave him or not. She remembered Naruto's voice in her head, asking her to give him another chance. You will be glad you did it. I finally backed from making you the promise, Naruto. But I knew it was true. Sasuke, here is your second chance. Don't blow it, Tsunade thought, excited. I know you are strong ninja and you can do it. You are a good ninja, Sasuke. You will go with Team Kakashi to find Naruto and bring him back to Konoha. I believe in you. The team will consist of Kakashi, Inko, Sasura, and yourself. Tsunade said in a commanding voice. I have had four enemy squad searching around Konoha in a 2 mile radius. They think they follow his past and he is going to the land of rivers. Prevent him from entering the another country. We will find the Hokage-sama. Naruto is your friend and nothing will stop us. Sasuke said determined. Tsunade said he hoped they would find their friends and comrade. Then the squad went out to look for them. Damn it! I failed again. Naruto said, panting angrily in his clothes. Now gone. I said my chakra would be harder to manage. The Kyuubi said rudely and they seemed impressed. This is the third group of clones. They have been killed. But each time he got more control over my chakra, he might be able to master the damn gate jutsu at his speed. He might learn all of my chakra someday. I'm not giving up. Naruto snapped angrily, interrupting the Kyuubi thoughts. Good, the Kyuubi said, satisfied. Good, that's all you have to say, Naruto asked incredulously. You are going to be okay? You might not have seen it, but there are four different ways of feeling energy in your body, and they are all are moving in the same direction. So don't worry, you will not give up. You will be fine if you had never get away before they caught you. The Kyuubi replied. Naruto used his senses to sense the presence of four chakra signature coming towards him. He realized that the Kyuubi was correct. Naruto was surprised to see them. He had think for a while before he recognized them.
Kakashi, Anko, Sakura, and Sasuke followed me after I was chased by Tsunade. Naruto thought. He used the Kyuubi's power to make 12 copies of himself in an instant. What are you doing, kid? The Kyuubi asked. I need to slow the Konoha ninja down until I open Demon's Gate. Naruto said that the clones will make them wait for as long as they can. He made copies of my energy. These clones are supposed to be better than normal ones. This one is learning fast. He might be getting stronger and smarter because of the pain and anger he feels. The Kyuubi thought even more impressed. He then said, good idea. I hope that will give you enough time. Naruto told his clones to look for and kill Kakashi, Anko, Sakura, and Sasuke. Naruto's clones then rushed into the forest, each surrounded by the Kyuubi's red chakra aura. Naruto's friends, Kakashi, Anko, Sakura, and Sasuke, had been looking for him in the forest for a long time. They were getting close to him now. Suddenly Kakashi came to a stop. What's wrong? Sakura asked. We're being watched. Anko hissed. We are. Sakura said, alarmed. Kakashi said, we have to be careful now. Kakashi stopped talking when many Naruto clones came at them from different sides and made them run away. They saw that the clones had a red light around them. Kakashi saw 4 clones coming towards him. He quickly jumped up and threw 3 shuriken from each hand. The front 2 Naruto clones threw their own shuriken, canceling Kakashi's out. Suddenly, the same front 2 clones jumped to the side as one of the back 2 jumped at Kakashi, who was still in midair, with a blue Rasengan aimed straight for Kakashi's chest. Naruto, you're going to end this fight. Kakashi was shocked. Kakashi extended his right hand and formed his own Rasengan. The 2 Rasengans met and clashed before knocking back both Kakashi and the Naruto clone in opposite directions. Kakashi quickly moved his body to avoid the 3 other clones that ran at him very fast. This red chakra makes these clones run faster than Naruto ever did. I think the Kyuubi's energy is the reason for this. I hope the others are okay because this will take me a long time. Kakashi looked at his forehead protector and eye, which showed that he could share his mind with others. In another part of the forest, a snake that was hiding in Anko's jacket's sleeve bit a Naruto clone and threw him at a tree. 3 other clones rushed at Anko from 3 separate angles. Damn, they're fast. Anko thought, leaping into the air above them before sending a mass of snakes striking out at them. The clones ran away from the snakes very fast, but the snakes came back to Anko's sleeve quickly. Anko threw a clone at a tree and it hit her. She had to move again to avoid the 6 kunai that the clone threw at her. What is happening here? I threw that one at the tree so hard that it broke a copy of itself. These copies are so bad, they must be better than the real ones. Anko felt shocked and annoyed by what happened. A ninja named Chidori stabbed a clone of Naruto in the heart, making it disappear in a cloud of smoke. The remaining 3 clones encircled Sasuke and Sakura, who were standing back to back. One of the clones attacked them by himself and got killed by electricity. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anything. Can you fight me? The clone facing her asked angrily. I don't care about you. I don't care about anything. He said something, but she did not listen. There were only 3 copies of the same person left. They did not talk or show any signs to each other. Sasuke and Sakura jumped away from each other. 2 copies of Sasuke fought each other. Only one of the copies, who had talked to Sakura before, tried to hurt her. She threw a lot of punches at the copy, but he moved out of the way. The clone who looked evil and wanted to hurt others attacked again. Sakura got hit by a punch to her heart and another one to her face, and then the Naruto clone kicked her in the belly and made her fall. I was surprised by how powerful Naruto is. Sakura felt a sharp pain in her eyes and closed them. She was walking in the forest when someone pulled her by the hair and pushed her on the ground. Sakura pulled the owner's wrist and turned her head, so she could see the clone's orange suit. He turned his head and grinned wickedly at her and said, "You should never be careless when fighting." Sakura saw Sasuke Uchiha, who was almost dead, lying on the ground when the clone let go of her hair. He had many small knives and throwing stars stuck in his skin from different sides. Tears welled up in Sakura's eyes. One of the Naruto clones who looked like Sasuke smiled and said, "You wanted to see Sasuke-kun, right? He was going to die anyway." "Sasuke-kun, you can't die," Sakura said softly, tears falling from her eyes. "Don't worry, Sakura, you'll be joining him shortly." A clone whispered sinisterly in her ear before pulling a kunai knife out. Sakura looked at Sasuke's hurt body and cried a lot. She was scared and wanted to die. She saw a Sasuke that disappeared and was replaced by a wooden stick. The Naruto clones were stunned by a kunai that hit them from behind and made them disappear. He was panting because he had been running for a long time. Sakura saw Sasuke on a tree branch, breathing heavily. He had been running for a long time. She felt happy and shocked when she found out that her teammate was okay and not badly hurt. He was hurt a little bit from his fight with the Naruto copies, but he was okay and not broken. "Sakura, are you okay?" Sasuke said, jumping down from the tree. Sakura said she was okay, but she was embarrassed by his worry. "We should get going then," Sasuke said. "Shouldn't we wait for Kakashi-sensei and Anko?" Sakura asked. "They're elite jonin, I'm sure they'll be fine." Sasuke said that they also had to go to Naruto quickly. Sakura agreed and they ran Naruto. Naruto was on his knees breathing heavily as fatigue racked his body. They had tried many times to open the door to the demon world, but they always failed. Now, the ones they sent to find the others were dying. Kakashi and Anko beat 2 of their copies. Sasuke and Sakura beat all of their copies and were coming to fight him. "2 ninjas are getting closer to you, kid," Kyuubi said. "I know, and I still haven't opened the damn gate," Naruto said, frustrated as he stood up. "Keep trying, they're still a little ways off," the Kyuubi said. "Not like I have much of a choice," Naruto snorted. Naruto was in the middle of the forest, where Sasuke and Sakura had been looking for him for a long time. They finally found him there. He fell to the ground, crying out in agony, as his hand turned bright red and the air around him shook violently. Sasuke shouted Naruto, and ran with Sakura to assist their buddy. "Are you okay, Naruto?" Sakura asked concerned. Naruto vanished in a cloud of smoke that made them lose focus for a moment. While they were distracted, a kunai came from behind and almost stabbed them in the back. Sasuke and Sakura barely managed to dodge the kunai. Naruto jumped from a tree nearby, and they both watched him. "I'm surprised that you both managed to survive the battle with my clones. I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry." Sasuke told Naruto that he and Sakura were not enemies, but wanted to have a conversation with him. Sakura begged Naruto to pay attention to what they were saying. Naruto did not listen to them and ran towards Sakura, hitting her in the face with his fist. The punch was very strong and it went far behind the person who threw it. "Naruto, stop it!" Sasuke called out as he ran to his blonde friend. Naruto used a small knife and ran at Sasuke, cutting his throat with the blade. Sasuke grabbed Naruto's wrist, making him let go of the knife before it could hurt him. "I'm tired of this. Naruto, can we go home? I'm exhausted." Sasuke felt sorry for his friend who lost his dream, and he wanted to help him. He said he understood if his friend was angry with him, but he didn't want him to give up on his life because of his anger. Sakura told Naruto that he should not give up and that he has a lot to look forward to. She was happy to see him smile even though he had a small cut on his face. "Why should you care, Sakura?" Naruto was angry at Sasuke for not telling him he didn't want to be around him or Sasuke anymore. "Yes, you're right, I did say that, and I'm sorry, Naruto. You have no idea how guilty I feel over that. I'm so sorry, Naruto. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, Sakura said, tears starting to run down her face again before Naruto interrupted her. "That's right, you don't." Naruto shouted that he did not want you to hate him anymore. He had a lot of red energy around him, which showed that he was very mad and wanted to hurt you. He was able to use his chakra to create a powerful attack. He looked like a wild animal with his claw-like hand and fingernails. His teeth became more pointed and carnivorous. His face had more dark whisker marks, and his eyes turned red with a fox-like pupil shape. Naruto's hand caught Sasuke's head and squeezed hard, then threw him far away, making him hit a tree. Sakura was shocked and scared when she saw Naruto's face. She asked him, "Naruto, what are you?" Sakura suddenly rose from the floor when Naruto grabbed her neck and pressed hard, making her gasp for breath. His face showed his rage. "What am I? To Konoha's citizens, I'm a failure who should have died long ago. To the Shinobi Council, I'm threat. To my one-time friends and teammates, I'm a loser and a dunce. But what I will become is Konoha's destroyer." Naruto screamed in rage before punching her in the face, causing her to spin through the air before smashing through a tree like Sasuke. Naruto wanted to catch the girl with pink hair and kill her, but he felt a sharp pain in his heart. He looked at his chest and saw a hand that was holding Chidori. He was about to die. Naruto choked and fell down. He was going to die. The attack didn't kill him, but it hurt him a lot, and blood fell on the ground. Naruto felt tired again and his eyes got blurry. Naruto heard Sasuke say he was sorry. Sasuke's voice was sad and he let go of Naruto's hand. Naruto saw Sasuke's body fall to the ground. Naruto saw Sasuke talking to Sakura, a girl with pink hair who was hurt and could not walk properly. She had a broken arm and some broken ribs. "I'll be fine. I'm just glad this is over. We should take Naruto to Konoha so he can see a doctor. That wound worries me," Sakura said through her pain as she limped towards them. "Yeah," Sasuke replied. He had to wake up. He had to wake up. Naruto felt his body stop working as he fell asleep, but he knew this was not the end. He had to wake up. He had to wake up. "I've made a lot of progress. No. The Kyuubi said with disgust. "I have to step in," and added, Thank you for your gift. You are the first human to have this power. Use it wisely. Naruto felt a sharp pain in his eyes and heard a loud scream. Red energy filled his eyes and changed them. Sasuke and Sakura were shocked and could not move. They just heard Naruto scream in pain. Naruto's screams stopped and his body stopped shaking. They kneeled down and said a prayer for him. A fist hit them hard and made them fall back. Sasuke and Sakura could not believe their eyes as Naruto stood up. His eyes shut, and his chest wound disappeared. Slowly Naruto opened his eyes. All his fatigue washed away. Sasuke and Sakura gasped as they saw his eyes. He had changed his eye color to a darker red, and his pupil looked like a normal one, not like a fox's. Sakura and Sasuke looked into his eyes and felt a black wavy band around his pupil that made them want to stare at him more. Naruto looked around and was amazed by what he saw. He then made a loud and scary laugh that made them feel cold. So this is the gift the Kyuubi promised me. How wonderful. Naruto grinned wickedly and said, I can feel the power flowing through my body. The Kyuubi. What do you mean? Sakura asked shocked. I'm gonna make you both pay for this. Naruto looked at Sasuke and Sakura and his smile got bigger, and he said, You still don't get it, do you? I'm gonna make you both suffer for this. Konoha's love for Yondaime made me feel trapped inside of me. The village and Konoha's shinobi council dislike me and see me as a danger. Suddenly everything Anko had told them in the hospital earlier about why Konoha's shinobi council had ended his career as a ninja made sense. Naruto was hurt badly in our fight, so they thought he was out of control. He lost his job as a ninja because of that. Sasuke thought shocked. Naruto, I'm so sorry. Sakura thought miserably as she remembered all the times she had made fun of Naruto and hit him. She had always made fun of and insulted him like everyone else in the village, and she finally realized why now. Naruto, I'm sorry. Sakura cried out. Naruto grabbed a knife and twirled it on his finger as he came closer to them. He looked angry and ready to attack. Naruto, don't do this. I don't care if you have the Kyuubi inside of you, you're my friend. You are on the same path as me now, and I want you to know that I was able to get past my pain and hatred because of you. You can do the same thing. Please let's just go home. Sasuke pleaded. Sakura told Naruto that they were friends and that they would always be. She wanted Naruto to realize that he should go back to Konoha with them. Sorry, but our days of being friends and comrades are over. Naruto said meanly that he only wants to get back at Konoha for hurting him, and that one day Konoha will suffer for it. Naruto threw his kunai at Sasuke and Sakura. They both moved aside, but as it passed between them, they saw the explosion tag on it. Boom! Sasuke landed on a pile of rubble, while Sakura landed on a pile of flowers. Sasuke turned his body so that he could land on his feet and saw Naruto coming towards him. Understanding that he would need the special power, he quickly used it. Sasuke barely managed to block the first punch before the second was thrown, forcing him to dodge it. Damn, Naruto's fast. Sasuke was about to hit someone with his fist. Naruto dodged Sasuke's punch by spinning around quickly and tried to kick him with his leg, but Sasuke jumped out of the way. Sakura was not hurt badly by the blast that pushed her back. She was not close to the injured people and did not try to help them. Sasuke threw himself into the air and made the right hand gestures to seal the fireball. He aimed it at the blonde. Naruto jumped up to avoid the hit. Got you, Sasuke thought, smirking confidently. He threw a small knife with a string on it at Naruto and the string wrapped around the boy. The boy disappeared. What? It was a clone. Sasuke saw Naruto when the fireball came and blocked his view of the blonde. He knew Naruto had made it. Sasuke sensed Naruto coming at him from behind and turned too late as Naruto's fist connected with his face. He fell down and then got up by rolling over and standing. Sasuke was amazed by Naruto's ability to dodge and block all of his attacks and then strike back with his own. He recalled how Naruto stopped Sasuke's first attack by reaching out his hand. I tried to hit you with my fist, but you moved your arm too fast and I missed. Could it be that he can see me without looking directly at me? Sasuke thought. Sasuke threw his last kunai at the blonde quickly. Naruto did not run away and leave the knives behind. He moved his body to match the knives' paths and avoided them all. He has the same eye color as me. He can see where I go with those eyes. Sasuke thought. I guess I have no choice. Sasuke was angry with Naruto for making him do something he didn't want to do. Naruto had a mark on his body that made him change into a different form. He became very pale and had two huge hands with webs on them that stuck out from his back. Sasuke ran fast towards Naruto with a mark on his arm that made him faster. But Naruto was ready for that and used a clone to make a powerful bomb. Rasengan and Chidori fought again, and their power filled the air around them. They could not escape from the fight because they were trapped inside. They were surrounded by a bright white light and looked at each other. They were like this before when they fought at the Valley of the End and lost. Sasuke and Naruto saw each other's eyes and felt that they were best friends. Sasuke looked at Naruto's new eyes and saw the same pain and hatred that he had felt before. It's as I said before, Sasuke. Our days of being friends and comrades are over. I just want to get back at them. Naruto believed that Sasuke heard his message. Yes, it is. Are you really planning to quit? Naruto, you're my best friend. You're like a brother to me. How can you think I would accept that? Naruto felt sad for Sasuke because of his own feelings. I'm deciding this by myself. If you keep interfering with me, I will end your life. Naruto and Sasuke's minds reacted to each other. They were in a bright white light that made them feel like they were in another world. But then the light went away and they came back to the real world. They looked at each other and saw each other's eyes. One eye was red and the other eye had a black circle around it. Sasuke's curse mark had receded. Sakura looked at them both, feeling happy that they were both safe. I'm glad they're both okay. I wonder if Naruto could convince Sasuke to stop being so angry. Sakura thought. She knew the answer right away when they separated, and they both used all their energy to fight. Naruto threw a powerful bomb at Chidori while Sasuke ran towards it. They all wanted to finish this fight for good. This is it, Sasuke. Naruto said in a low voice that he wished you were satisfied with how you had lived your life so far. Sasuke said he would not stop until he got Naruto back. They ran towards each other. Kakashi cut Chidori with his sword when he heard a loud noise from somewhere else in the woods. Concern for Sasuke and Sakura instantly filled him. Kakashi felt happy when Naruto and he flew away from the fake Naruto. He thought that Naruto would come back if they told him the truth. Sasuke, Sakura, I hope you're okay. Kakashi felt scared and ran away from them. Kakashi and Anko met again after Anko had fought off some of her own copies of Naruto. Did you hear that? Anko asked. Kakashi said we should go fast. I hope we don't miss the time. Sasuke, Sakura, wait, we're on our way. Sasuke and Naruto charged at each other. They were very desperate and tried to stop the fight. Sasuke used his Sharingan to track Naruto's movements as he knew Naruto's eyes were doing the same for him. Sasuke and Naruto ran away from each other quickly. They both wanted to attack first and win. There. Sasuke felt a surge of energy and threw his Chidori at Naruto, who barely dodged it. He used all his power to hit him. Naruto was ready for Sasuke's attack, but Sasuke stopped for a moment. This was a trick to get Sasuke closer to Naruto. Sasuke's Chidori hit a tree right before Naruto's Rasengan hit his chest. Sakura saw Sasuke fall a long way, spinning and twisting in the air. He landed on the ground and slid a little bit before coming to a halt. Sakura asked Sasuke if he was okay. Sasuke said, "And Naruto don't leave," before he fell asleep. Naruto was barely able to stand up as he gasped for air. Sakura saw him from above. He had faced many hardships, but he did not give up. He was very brave and strong. Shit, the last of my clones were destroyed. Naruto felt tired again. Listen up, kid. If you don't open the gate to the demon's lair, the other ninja will catch you. The Kyuubi warned. Yeah. Naruto growled. Naruto extended his right hand out in front of him. Naruto used the Kyuubi's power to make the air around him move in strange shapes and then glow. This changed the way time and space worked. Then before Naruto appeared was a massive two-metal door gate at least 20 feet high and 10 feet wide. Each door had a skeleton with a black cloak and a hood and red eyes that glowed. There were 9 locks that went from one door to the other in the middle of the gate. Sakura stared at the gate with wonder and terror. She could not find the words to describe it. The doors opened and showed a dark and empty space. Sakura felt scared when a cold wind blew out of nowhere. Naruto looked at Sakura with wide eyes and spoke in a low voice. "Sakura, don't forget that I'll come back one day, and I'll make Konoha pay for what they did to me." Sakura begged Naruto not to go through the gate, but he did not listen and entered it anyway. Sasuke was left alone when the gate closed and the doors shut. A few moments later, Kakashi and Anko arrived with worried looks on their faces. They looked at the place where Sakura and Sasuke had battled Naruto and knew what had occurred. "Naruto's gone, isn't he?" Kakashi asked sadly. "Why, yes." Sakura felt very sad and cried a lot. She said she couldn't do anything to stop him. Kakashi felt sorry for Sakura and wished he had arrived earlier. He carried her up and Anko came back with Sasuke, who was not awake. They went back to Konoha without winning. 7 years later, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Shizune, Anko, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura sat around the kitchen table in Naruto's old apartment. Kakashi, Anko, Sasuke, and Sakura came back to Konoha after they couldn't bring Naruto back. They all felt lost and lonely here, especially Naruto, who was the blonde loudmouth. They would all say that Konoha was a very different place without their friend who always smiled and ran around the village. They had met many times in the apartment, so much that it was a habit to meet there once a week. They would talk about their memories and enjoy the good times they had with the blonde. They tried to keep their place tidy and paid the rent, hoping that Naruto would return someday. She was so embarrassed that she ran away and never came back. Tsunade and Naruto had a bet about Rasengan. Tsunade was very good at it, but Naruto was better. Tsunade lost the bet and felt very ashamed. She left and never came back. Jiraiya made a joke and said that it was impossible to lose to children. Tsunade just rolled her eyes at her old teammate. "Well, I think I'll always remember how Sakura started feeding Naruto during the bell test. Kakashi said that you both looked very cute together. He was reading a book that he liked. Sensei." Sakura said, face red from embarrassment of the memory. Now, Sakura. I think it's cute, my little protege." Tsunade teased, getting a laugh from the group at the pink-haired girl's expense. Even Sasuke chuckled some. Sakura learned a lot from Tsunade, who was her teacher for 7 years. Kakashi also trained Sasuke and assisted him in learning new skills. Sakura and Sasuke wanted to bring Naruto back to Konoha someday. They sat down and started to eat. The apartment door opened and 2 Umbu members came to the table. They sat down and began to eat. "Hokage-sama, the Shinobi Council needs to meet with you to discuss the war," one of the Umbu members said. "All right," Tsunade said, sighing as she stood up to leave. The world had changed a lot in the last 7 years, and it was not good. The world was in constant conflict for the past 4 years. The shinobi villages used to work together, but now they are on their own. The world was a scary place with a lot of bad things happening. The war was not very comforting, but it did kill some of the Akatsuki members. The ones who lived on were still causing problems by attacking the Jinchuriki, who were the hosts for tailed demons. Of course, the Akatsuki was the least of their concerns now. Onigakure, the latest ninja village, was leading the war and fighting against countries that blocked their path. Konoha was a place where many ninjas and people lived. Onigakure, a group of bad ninjas, hurt and killed many of them. Konoha was very sad and scared because of this. Orochimaru also caused trouble for Otogakure, who was also fighting in the war. Otogakure grew its land and tried to destroy Konoha. Konohagakure was attacked by many enemies from different countries who wanted to kill them, and Konohagakure had been in this situation before. But Tsunade, who was the leader of Konohagakure, could not focus on the war because she was thinking about Naruto, who was her friend. She was going to the Hokage Tower, where the other shinobi leaders were waiting for her, but she could not stop thinking about Naruto. Tsunade asked Naruto where he was and what he had been up to for the last 7 years. She wanted him to be careful. Naruto Uzumaki, who was 20 years old, was sitting quietly in a big, cold, dark room made of smooth marble. The room had many stone pillars. The room Naruto was in was his throne room, and he sat on a black marble throne. The room would have looked amazing if it had been bright. There were many beautiful things in the room, like paintings, carvings, and jewels and metals. Naruto would have liked the cold and the dark. He felt a bit of relief. They're getting closer to me, Naruto thought emotionlessly. After he had left Konoha, Naruto had tossed aside all things that could not aid him in the destruction of Konoha and the other goals he now had. He felt pain and anger, and those were the only emotions he could experience at the moment. Konoha had hurt him and made him angry. He felt angry at them. The door and the only way to enter the room opened a little bit. So they're finally here. Naruto did not show any sign of his secret power. He knew all 20 assassins from Takigakure. He didn't expect them to chase him after he killed Shibuki, their old leader. The group of assassins that Takigakure sent was very big, and it showed how much they wanted him dead. This group is very good at what they do. They're in a place where I can't see them. Naruto thought, slightly impressed, but just slightly. Naruto killed all the last group of assassins that Takigakure sent to kill him by fighting them one by one. These killers were not like the others, they were hiding and sneaking to kill him. He felt the sharp knife coming towards him, but he knew it was useless. Naruto disappeared from his throne right before his attackers were about to hurt him, which shocked them. He didn't disappear. He just used his chakra to go faster than humans. He made it seem like he disappeared, and, as long as he stayed at the same speed, he could move without making any noise or being seen. This won't be challenging at all, Naruto thought as he saw all 20 of the assassins grouped together several feet away from his throne. Naruto walked quietly in the room and circled around his prey, who did not know he was there. They tried to find him, but they could not. Naruto drew his dado. Dado is a Japanese long sword. He named Kunu. Kunu means pain and anguish in Japanese. Kunu had a black blade, guard, and sheath, while the handle had a crimson-red color that resembled freshly spilled blood. Naruto was very fast, and he hurt Kunu badly. He cut off his right arm and left leg with his sharp sword. Ah! The assassin screamed in pain as he fell to the floor. The other assassins ran away from the man and saw an invisible force cut his other arm off and slice his skull in half. His body fell to the side and his brains spilled out on the floor. The other assassins were ready to shoot, but one of them cried out in agony. He had lost both of his legs near his knees. Naruto walked quietly in the room, taking off his arms and legs and letting out the guts. All but one of the assassins were killed in 2 minutes. The room was covered in blood. A young boy with brown hair was the only survivor. He was covered in his friend's blood, and his eyes were very scared as he saw his friends being killed badly. The boy was scared when he heard the sound of boots clicking and saw someone behind him. Naruto walked slowly and confidently towards him. The most amazing thing is that he did not have any blood on his clothes. The only sign that he was the killer was that Kunu had a lot of blood on him. The boy cried out in fear and begged not to die. Naruto kept walking without showing any feelings. He didn't answer. "I don't want to die." The boy with brown hair screamed again. He was very scared. Naruto kept walking and clicked his boots on the floor that was wet with blood.
The boy ran quickly to the door that would take him out of room. Crying and scared, Naruto let the boy use his hand to open the door. The boy used Naruto's hand to open the door. Naruto gave the boy his hand, opened the door. The boy with brown hair screamed his pain and fell the ground next to Naruto. "Please, please, spare me," was the last thing the boy whimpered out before Naruto reached down with his free left hand and picked the brown haired boy up by his throat, crushing it. The boy was scared and made a sound, but Naruto's sharp sword cut his head and he died the right way. Naruto dropped the boy corpse and pulled a white cloth to wipe the blood of Kuno. He put away his sword and threw the dirty clothes. He used to wipe it on the dead body. He did not care about anything and went back to his dark throne. Konoha will go on. soon and I will get back at you, Naruto thought darkly. That's all for now. If you enjoy this what if, then play like, share and do comment. Bye bye.